these are state governments, federal government, and regulators, as well as vendors and banks. Now, looking at the CBS, for example, I saw a report yesterday on Business Day where a particular CPA in Lagos State is asking for a fumigation permit, and the fee is about 450,000 naira. So those are some of the challenges that telcos are facing in deploying network connectivity in Nigeria. Now, what's the impact of vandalism and theft of telecom infrastructure to the economy? We have increased capex and opex, loss of lives of security personnel, increase in telecom infrastructure, loss of revenue to government and telecom firms, poor network connectivity and service disruptions, increase in drop costs, field costs, and all the device implements, and then business disruptions due to the inability to communicate with business associates and partners. Now, these are some case studies. According to the Punch, in a report by the Punch, it said broadband subscriptions dropped by 9.8 million subscribers over vandalism. And this was actually reported by the NCC. And there's another case study of two telecommunication firms was hit by vandalism. And so Nairametrics said that in August 2019, that MTN and Glo were hit seriously by vandalism and suffered major connectivity downtime. According to the reports, the facilities of the telcos have continued to suffer a 35% rate of vandalism on a yearly basis, culminating into 33,000 cases of vandalism and outright theft in the sector by the Nigerian Communications Commission. So there is a need to pass the Critical Network Infrastructure Bill into law. That bill is currently sitting with the National Assembly, and so because of how essential the critical network or the telecoms is to the economy, it drives healthcare, education, insurance, banking, there is a need to actually treat it as a critical network infrastructure. So let's come to the business of today. Overview of 5G in Africa. In Nigeria, MTN has actually conducted 5G trials in Lagos, Abuja, and Ogun State in 2019. And NCC has actually developed a policy for 5G spectrum availability and deployment in Nigeria. And the EBC said that 5G spectrum assignment should be expected in Q2 of 2022 after availability in Q4 2021. The Federal Executive Council approved national policy for 5G in September 2021, and 5G has already come to Africa. South Africa is currently rolling out 5G in commercial quantity with Vodacom, MTN, and Rain launching in 2020. MTN has also tested 5G in Uganda. Safaricom has also conducted 5G trials in Kenya. Gabon Telecom has also tested 5G in Gabon. Telma has launched 5G in Madagascar. Orange has begun testing 5G in Mali. So there's a GSM report that says that by 2025, there will be more than 28 million 5G connections in at least 7 African marketplaces, offering 5G services in commercial quantity. So what are the industrial use cases for 5G in Africa? 5G enables automated controls, real-time video link, e-health, and telemedicine. Also remote surgery. For example, you can stay in Nigeria, with 5G you can stay in Nigeria and perform a surgery in the US. Sensor networks, remote control, AI, biometrics technology and robotics, blockchain technology, smart cities, smart metering, augmented reality, virtual presence and holograms, e-government, Internet of Things connections, wearables, and video monitoring. These are few of the industrial use cases for 5G in Africa. And so what are the investments in backhaul and transport that are necessary for 5G? Now, mobile backhaul infrastructure is crucial to meeting the increasing demand for data connectivity, as well as for achieving the capacity, reliability, and performance expectations of 5G. Investments in backhaul networks will be an early driver for 5G capex. There's another report by the GSMA 2020 that says that fiber backhaul is expected to jump from 8% to 37% by 2025. Although wireless backhaul will be dominant technology in Africa, accounting for more than 60% of mobile backhaul infrastructure by 2025. So what's the way forward to bridge the telecoms infrastructure gaps for 5G? Access to capital. We need access, getting long-term equity and debt funding, to fund this critical network infrastructure. There should be uniform implementation of the right of way. There should be the passage of the Critical Network Infrastructure Bill. We should implement tax reduction, reducing multiple fees, implementing uniform permits, implementing swift digital processes and systems to foster permits collecting and licensing. We should also think about providing reliable power, especially renewable energy, reliable grid and diesel pricing, reopening shut-down base stations and allowing operators to build more base stations, reduce capex and opex, updated EIA processes in order to transform Nigeria to a digital economy. And the industry needs to find a software-defined, simplified, demystified, robotic self-curing network for the future. So what's Pan-African Towers doing in readiness for this 5G? Basically, what we are doing right now is stakeholder engagement. So we are advocating for the CNI law. We are also sensitizing the public on the significance of telecoms infrastructure. We are also liaising with local authorities, government and telecom stakeholders on ways to protect the telecom infrastructure. We are also promoting the National Broadband Plan, in addition to the several investments we are also making in this space. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. He promised to be very brief and now straight to the point. Please let's give it up for Kiwinyema of Pan-African Towers. He spoke about infrastructure, and we've been hammering since morning. Infrastructure is a key enabler to the 5G success. He also highlighted the impact of vandalism and theft in telecom infrastructure, and we need to pass the Critical Network Infrastructure Bill into law. I wonder what's keeping that. And again, back to the right-of-way charges, like I mentioned, from the articles Mr. Gino put up on Facebook, that since the 149.5 naira per linear meter agreement in 2013, it is sad that only state governors and those watching us from Facebook and other social media platforms, you can drop your questions, your comments, your goodwill, and we'll take them as we go. Thank you very much again one more time.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
So, what is the name?
My name is Okim Alubioyama.
Okay, during your speech, we overheard you saying that you can be here and you perform a surgery outside the country with 5G. So, what do you have to say about that?
Yeah, 5G network has actually made us to have seamless connectivity. So with 5G network, you have improved broadband access, very high speed connectivity. It makes everything look very, very fast and seamless. So for example, if you're here with 5G network, because they have all the facilities available for e-surgery, for example. So you could be in Nigeria, and all you need to do this, the machine is maybe in the US, you get. So it gives you that seamless connectivity to be able to operate the surgical, the machines, the medical appliances, the equipment for the surgery in Nigeria. And because the network is very, very fast, you can, the robots, because the surgeries are being performed by robots, not humans anymore, but robots, so you can operate it seamlessly. So what 5G has done is to improve or foster robotics, artificial intelligence, because that's AI now conducting this surgery. So in a way, it's going to make it better. So you don't need to be physically present in the US to perform this surgery. You can just be here, as long as you have the artificial AI powered by AI and robotics. Of course, it makes it very, very easy. Well, then you've also heard about holograms too. For example, I can be here and also attending a conference in Japan, for example, and all they need to do is to use this augmented reality and then like cast my hologram, so it will look like I'm physically present. So I'll be here and demonstrating or presenting, but it's my hologram that is present in Japan. So that's what 5G does. So it has made automated processes easier. It has made it faster, because it's, I think according to a report that says it's going to create more than 20.9 million jobs.
In here, Nigeria?
No, not in Nigeria, globally.
Okay, globally,
yes.
Okay.
Because it's going to make other systems improve. Yes, but the obsolete systems, of course, will be eased out. It will take out some jobs, but then new jobs will be created, because then you need someone to operate those robots. You need somebody to be able to fix these machines if they break down, and that's what 5G does. So it's a large industry. There's untapped potential that 5G has, and all we do is, you saw what 4G did when 4G came to Nigeria. We saw what it did. It made we have today, we have Telegram, we have TikTok. If because of 4G, this will be able to do all of these things. Social media, and communication, everything is seamless. But then 4G still it's not there yet, and this is just about the evolution of networks. So we came from 1G, 2G, 3G, 3.5G, 3.75G, 4G. Now we're talking about 5G. So I'm talking to you right now. China is also talking about 6G.
Wow!
Seriously? Like seriously. And then, so the network will keep on improving. Yeah.
Okay, so are you saying that 5G is here to stay in Nigeria, or still?
It's here to stay. It's here to stay. There's a policy that has already, the federal government has already developed, so it was left for the policy implementation. So the NCC is working in collaboration with the Ministry of Communication and Digital Economy and all stakeholders in the telecommunication sector, trying to develop this policy. They've already done a spectrum. They've already done spectrum bidding or licensing. 2 companies have won it already, and you heard me say that the EVC said by the end of Q2 of 2022 or so, thereabouts, because that statement was made some time ago, I think before COVID or so. So we should have 5G in commercial quantity, the rollout of 5G in commercial quantity already in the country. So 2 companies have already gotten the licensing to roll out 5G, and then MTN has already conducted trials in Lagos, in Abuja, and Ogun State in 2019. If not for the COVID, 5G would have started, we rolled out in 2020. But because of COVID, it now slowed down the whole processes because we could not import those equipment, and then everything was very, very slow.
Do you have the support from government?
Of course, we have support from government. I told you that federal government has already developed the policy. There's a policy on 5G implementation. That's why we are here to talk about that policy and how we can make that policy work. So that policy is already on ground, and it's just for it to be implemented. And that's why we are calling for the passage of that CNI, the critical network infrastructure, because telecom is very, very critical. It's very, very essential. We also saw what happened during the COVID-19 lockdown. So when COVID-19 hit and people were working from home, we didn't think that these things were possible before. We didn't think it was possible before, because someone could stay at home and then business operations, everything is seamless. So if with 5G now, that will be faster, that will be better, it will be more efficient, and that is why we need telecoms to be treated as a critical network, so that it will protect it from vandalizations. There's no law actually from the that if someone can just come and vandalize telecom infrastructure and steal it and nothing will happen to the person. But if there's a law criminalizing the vandalizations and theft of telecom infrastructure, it will preserve it. We talked about that infrastructure gap of $136 billion. That gap will continue to widen as long as telecom infrastructure is being stolen and vandalized. But if that law is there to protect it, you see, people will be afraid to vandalize this infrastructure, and then we'll be able to